Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop video today. Today gonna go out today, see what things come out today, see what things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, there's not a lot of new things that I think they're gonna be in stores because last week a lot of things came out like Sinners and it was a pretty big release week. There's like a few smaller things, like I saw like there's gonna be Fury on 4K. Those are the things like they might switch out, you know, randomly, like in the Steelbook area, because I think it's gonna be a Steelbook for Fury, but I doubt there'd be too much changed out. Next week, I know Final Destination, Bloodlines, and there's a handful of things, so there's more stuff next Tuesday. They really do stick to that, like, you know, the one week they have a bunch of stuff come out, the other week there's not much, and the only places that really change out the new releases, like major stores, those other weeks, like this week, Barnes & Noble would change out and probably have Fury and some of those ones. Also, though, at the end of this video is going to be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those as well. And thanks again, guys, too, who've been checking out my film, Desert Fiends. It's now up if you guys want to watch it on Fandango now. So you guys can watch it on there for free. I just saw it went up on there. And it was also up on Pluto TV. So I'll have a link below if you guys want to watch them, you know, the streaming versions off of there. And then if you guys want to pick up a DVD and Blu-ray copy, you can get them on Amazon. I'll have a link for those as well below. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. And this is the first time that I've been going into this Target in like weeks. There wasn't someone outside selling chocolate bars. Usually I have to kind of like run in the side door, and then you open the door and it like slams, it goes like boom every time. Well, you guys know we always have to check by the $1, $3, and $5. What is this thing? A Crayola like dough, like sort of Play-Doh kit to make like little donut things and stuff. This sort of like little storage thing of like a cheeseburger, little worms, some also, oh yeah, and let's see. So self-checkout, it actually looks like it is open today. That's very, very rare. But it seems like you've been seeing it open a little bit more lately. Let's see, and then check over here at the books. Anything different over here? I don't think I remember seeing this Enchanted Greenhouse one last week. Other than that, Sounds Like Love might be a different one as well. But we'll head over to the toys though, see anything different, and they have these over here, probiotic yogurt balls. Yeah, the one here I'm still trying to find though is the Ben Cooper one. That's the Jaws, and then Return of the Living Dead one. Like those are the only ones that I haven't come across. It's usually like that. And like last time around, there was like of this line, there was 2 of them that didn't show up for like a month or 2 after they released. So it's probably the same type of thing where like a month or 2 from now they're gonna start showing up and stuff like that in Targets, because that seemed to be how it was last time around. But yeah, in here though, figure-wise though, I looked over The Simpsons, didn't see anything different. And then, you know, with like the McFarlanes and stuff, didn't see anything different there as well. Pretty much all the same stuff and everything. Into Walmart we go. Look, everything's on the floor over here. I don't know what's happened. Like all the game stuff. But I see here, I thought for a second it was a Steelbook for Sinners in here. But yeah, I guess they're redoing the area over there. But yeah, nothing's gonna be different in here right now. But let's see though, over where they are though, I don't know if there's any other toys or anything over there in like this. But yeah, I peeked over there, nothing was going on over there really. It wasn't really anything new. It looked like it was like something with the games, like the Switch or something was getting redone or something like that. But let's see though, anything different over here. I did see, and I found it at one Walmart, that they put out the new Power Rangers figures. They're starting to put them out like they're kind of sort of like the old ones they had back in the day when it was the heads that switched. They don't look exactly the same as they did back in the day, but it's pretty cool to see those ones, you know, out again and stuff like that. I'll definitely show you guys those if I come across them at any of the stores today. But looking in here, seeing if there's anything different. Not looking like it though, as far as I can tell. But you always have to make sure though, because I could be saying things about the Power Rangers and they could be right in front of me. I've definitely done that before. The one time I was in the one Walmart, talking about the Superman things, and then they were right in front of me and I didn't even notice it. So I definitely am known to do that. These are the generic ones, not the McFarlane ones, but I definitely have been known to do that in the past for sure. Into the second Walmart we go. And I can safely say though, this is a Walmart that I don't think I've ever
proceed to the route.
Ever. Like it's like the first time I've ever been to this one ever. So let's see. Like I was saying though, this is one that I've definitely never been to. I don't think ever. I don't think I've ever been in this area. I was trying to find somewhere different to go, and there's in this area too, there'd be some different Targets, and I think there's a mall around here too. The mall I have been to, you know, not for a long time, so we'll see. Like I said, I think it's close by. I might be mixed up though. We shall see. But I can tell right away this one just has a different kind of look, layout wise and stuff too, just a little bit. So we shall see if there's anything different in here. This one though locks up every single thing here. So look, all the figures are all locked up in here. So I'm trying to see if I see anything different in here, like any different Superman ones or anything. But yeah, this one though, all the stuff's locked. But yeah, in here guys, it has the Power Rangers here. Like I was telling you, these are the ones where the heads change, so it can switch between like the power, you know, in the Power Rangers and their regular look. So it has pretty much all of them here. I don't see though the Rita one, or I don't see Godor or the Putty. Those ones seem like they're ones that are harder to get, like, because I actually saw Rita when I saw it the first time and they only had like 1 or 2 of them. But as far as I can tell, those are kind of the rare ones. When I first saw them too, I didn't see any of the Putty ones. And they have like the communicators, and then they even have, you know, we can put them together again as well. But this one, it's like a lot of stuff is locked up and stuff. They're playing a lot of music in here, but not seeing anything too different in this one. I have to really check through here though, but it's really weird though. Like that one has a lot of this stuff locked up. I do see one, oh yeah, here's some. I see these are different here. They have 2 Fantastic Four ones in here. These ones are harder to find too. I know these ones have just started to release though. I ended up ordering one of them, but they ended up, like the Thing one ended up actually selling out online everywhere too for some weird reason. It's always like one of them that ends up happening with. Into the next Target we go. And that, you know, other Walmart though, I went through there and nothing different. And I didn't see the Thing one or anything like real different here. This is another Target though, that I don't think I can say I've ever been inside of. I don't believe so. So we'll see if they have anything different. I'm still looking for those 2 Ben Cooper ones. So I have a feeling though those ones are gonna come out later, but you never know. We shall see though. There could be something different in here though. We shall see. Yeah, taking a look back here though, seeing if there's anything different. This one has a lot of those like mini itty bitty ones. I don't think I've seen this one before, Dracula's Castle. I found one recently too of like Beetlejuice. But in here though, you see like they have the superhero ones though, but I don't see any of those. What's this Simpsons one here? I don't think I've seen this one. This is kind of cool, like a 4-pack here. It's like Grandpa, Lisa, Lord Lad Donut, Scratchy. That's kind of cool. They have a bunch of different ones here. Bridgerton, The Office. These are definitely newer ones. Are all the Simpsons ones the same? Oh no, yeah, no, some of them are different because this one has Grandpa and has Scratchy. Now, are they exactly the same? No, it's weird because see, this one has Chief Wiggum, this one has Lord Lad. So I guess the Lord Lad one is the more rare one. But then this one has Mo. So they're all kind of different because this one has Mo in it as well. So interesting though. Over here though, looking down here, anything different? Looks to be the same ones. Let's see. Over here, pretty much everything the same. Let's go see the other side. I noticed this one too. I'm trying to figure out where this one's like a weird mishmash of things here, this section. But this one like locks up all the Legos and stuff as well. But this is a strange like mishmash section of like everything kind of all thrown together. But where's the other area of the toys? Is there more on this side? This is like a weird one that doesn't have, oh yeah, over here. Let's see, anything different on this side? It'd be funny if they had like randomly the new Simpsons before the other anywhere else or something, but no, doesn't look like anything different. Trying to see, nothing different Simpsons wise. But yeah, it looks like the one mall is close by, so I'll check around, check in there, because I can't remember what was in there. I think there was like a Macy's, and we can see too if that Toys R Us has anything, different as well in it too. Well, into the next Walmart. This is another one that I don't think I've been to before. I really don't think so. I pretty much, like most of the ones in this area, I haven't really looked at. There's not a ton of Targets around here, but it seems like there was this Walmart. There might be another one, and there's also a mall around here too. So it is close by, so I'll probably head over there as well. But let's check in the toys check over here and see where they put like the figures, because they all kind of have different spots for things I've noticed. It's funny though, I randomly saw this like Art the Clown Santa Claus, and they had like 4 of them. Really weird. And it was just like randomly on the top. I'm like, why is this out now? I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't know what this one cost, but very, very random. Just on the top of the stuff, Art the Clown in here. So I've made my way over to the mall. This is the Plaza Bonita Mall. I don't think I've been here for probably like a year or two, but this is usually one of the malls. It's like not a dead mall at all. It's usually like every single store is filled, and it's like one of the bigger malls around too. So we'll see if there's anything different in here. Like I said, I've been in here for a very long time, so we'll see kind of what's in here though. We shall see. But yeah, like I was saying, this is one of the bigger malls. But I will tell you guys though, it's very warm in here. Like the JCPenney's, there was like no air circulation at all. It was probably like 100 degrees in it. So that's the one thing with a lot of these malls and places, is they never AC them anymore though. This is one of the few malls around here that still has a GameStop in it. Like most of the GameStops are all closed in the malls and stuff. But this one looks like it's got a bunch of stuff. We'll see if there's anything different in this one though. Yeah, in here, this one, they have like a few different ones. Like I see this like Guy Gardner one. It's kind of messed up on the top. But this one's kind of interesting too. This Batman Beyond one on here. It might be an older one. I don't remember seeing too. And I always have to check in here too, because you never know if there'll be anything Simpsons related in here too, because they do occasionally get in some of the Simpsons stuff. Oh, they have one of the big Jack Blacks. This one you don't see too often, the big size. And I see a few. They have this one in here too, guys, which I've never seen before. This is really cool. It's like a 4-pack that has all these ones together, $71.99. Very cool one. All of them kind of combined into one. That's a really cool one. Very pricey though, but definitely a cool one. I've never seen that anywhere though. Yeah, there's a comic book store in here, and they had this old one I haven't seen forever, comic book guy in the store, and then the Homer when he's wearing the moo-moo when he gained all the weight. That's a cool one. You don't see that one very often in there as well. This is like the comics and stuff. It's all real random things like Hercules figures and like older things and all sorts of just sort of very random mishmash in here. There's some newer pops and stuff as well too. This is one of the malls though that has a full-size round one, like a real large round one. So there's some smaller ones. I think this is one of the bigger ones in the area. But you see, this is a very hopping mall. You see a very large one. This one has more pickup machines than some of the other ones too. And I know there's a Target in here somewhere. And a very impressive food court where there's like so many different options in it. But this is definitely one of the more hopping malls around here. But this mall has a Target, like I was mentioning, in it. So we'll see if there's anything different in this one, though. Yeah, it's funny. This one has a little thing set up for those itty bitties. And you can like see like a little display of all the different ones, like the Batman one. That's really cool. I've never seen any of the ones that have a little setup for this one here. But yeah, in here, though, guys, doesn't look like anything different. Nothing new Simpsons. And I'm not seeing a bunch of anything, really different Turtles or anything like that. From what I can tell, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss over anything. And usually you have to make sure to check around the edges down here too, because sometimes they have like the stuff put like on the sides here and the sides on this one. But I'm going to check too over here in the back and see if they have anything different for the Ben Cooper ones as well. Yeah, in here though, they have some different ones. They have like these Wreck-It Ralph. This location seems to like the mini ones, like these little Wreck-It Ralph. They seem to be all the same ones. And then they have like a Harry Potter one. There's a Harry Potter one. There's one here for Tron too. That's pretty cool. I've never seen these ones. That's kind of funny how this location seems to have more of the mini things than any of the other ones that I've seen. There's a few more mini ones here. Here's some of these blind bags for the Fantastic Four in here as well. And this is pretty cool. I don't know if I've shown this before or not. They have the Stranger Things one too, like the house, the itty bitty. Oh yeah, I saw somebody showing this one. This is really cool too. It's a Turtles lair one, the sewer lair. That's really cool. That's actually very cool. I don't know what these things cost, but that's very, very cool. I didn't expect to actually see this one in person. I saw somebody online showing this one. Pretty interesting. But yeah, this is like one of the rare, you know, food courts where you go to. They have like everything is filled and it's like nothing is out of business. They have like Shake Shack, which you don't really see in malls. There's an AMC in here. Back in the day, I remember they used to have like a Sprinkles cupcake when I was here years and years ago. But yeah, just pretty much wandered through here and then probably gonna start heading back now. I did end up finding something in there. They had one of the, this was the only one I could find, is the King of the Hill pop, the one I was mentioning to you guys. I might have saw something about a 2-pack too. I don't know for sure, but I don't know why they haven't done a Bobby one. The first line doesn't have Bobby, so hopefully they, you know, they keep doing more and then they do a Bobby one as well. Years and years ago, they did a whole line of King of the Hill figures, like 2008 or something like that, I remember. Into the final Walmart we go. We'll see anything different in here. This is the one normal one that I usually go to a lot, but we'll see anything different in this one though. We shall see. The thing that's funny though about this Walmart, this is like one of the only ones that of all the ones around me that I know of that doesn't seem to have any of like the McFarlane toys whatsoever. Like normally they'd be like in this area. They have all the other stuff, but I've never seen them in this location. It's really strange. Like I don't know if it's like some locations just, like I said, actually really the only one that I've never seen. Like normally they would be like kind of on this area, but it's so funny. This is one of the only ones that really never seems to have them whatsoever from what I can tell. But we'll take a look down here to see anything different. But it's funny though, when you look up like those Fantastic Four figures, like I showed in the one Walmart we went to first, they only had those two. It's funny, like that was like the only Walmart in my area too that shows even having them. It's so strange. Like I was telling you how all this stuff works with figures and how like some locations don't carry things whatsoever. And it's one of those things it's one of those things you have to kind of learn, I guess, which ones carry what. But it is weird how they pick which ones do and don't and everything though. But doesn't look like anything too different though from what I can tell. Anyway though guys, that was all for my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Like I always say, if you guys enjoyed these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also too, in the comments below, let me know what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K if you guys ended up picking up anything today. Also too, let me know anything that if you guys saw anything new at the theaters this past weekend or if you guys watched anything on streaming. I did see James Gunn's Superman this past weekend, which I really liked it. I know there's been some kind of mixed opinions on it, but I thought it had a really good comic book feel to it, and I like the characters. I thought they were kind of like a little bit more, like out of all the Supermans that there have been, you know, since the original Christopher Reeve ones, this one was the most comic booky, I felt. I liked it though, I really did. I definitely look forward to seeing, you know, more of the characters and what they do, you know, do in the future. The other movie that I saw was one of those films that had a Fathom event, which I feel like probably hardly anybody saw, called Skill House, which I liked it. It had that Neil McDonald, I always say his name wrong, but he was from Ravenous, and he does a lot of faith-based films. This movie was like the total opposite of the faith-based stuff. I was really surprised. I was wondering how they got him to do this movie, because he's somebody that I always would like to work with, but I know he usually does more faith, like I said, faith-based, and this was crazy. But it's basically people get like in this house and they have to like, you know, do these challenges and only one person can survive. I liked it though. It was though really ridiculous though, but I thought it was fun. And the other one that I saw was, I'm glad I got to see it because it's one of those movies that didn't do very well. And like, don't let the fact that it's not doing well at the box office like make you not watch it. It was great. That movie Elio, like that was I would say the first Pixar movie in years that I really was like, this kind of has that feeling that that WALL-E did, where it was like really making like very emotional and like more so than the ones in the last few years. Because I remember WALL-E, I was crying like crazy, and this Elio, I was crying like so much to that movie. I don't know, I like that movie. That was really, really well done, and it's too bad that they, you know, if you read into the movie, there's a lot of stuff that happened and they took parts of it out and they fired the original director and all this stuff, which I wish that didn't happen because it really was good. It was so much better than I thought. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect to be crying like that to it. It was good. I really, really was surprised, and it's one of those ones that hopefully people will see it. Oh, it's real bright lights, look. Oh, anyway, though, guys, I think that's all for the video now when the big bright lights are coming. But now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. And the first one I got here is from Lionsgate. You guys can get this one from Lionsgate Limited. I'll have a link below where you guys can order this one. And this is the new movie which stars Nicolas Cage, and Julian McMahon, who just passed away, is in the film as well. He was incredible. This is a movie here called The Surfer. This is the 4K Ultra HD Edition, which includes the 4K, the Blu-ray, and a digital code here for the film as well. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, I will say this is probably one of my top favorite Nicolas Cage movies in a really, really long time. Just, especially, too, when you talk about performances that are, for Nicolas Cage, that are so crazy and so memorable, this is definitely one of those ones that really stands out, you know, and because Longlegs, of course, I love Longlegs, and Longlegs was kind of like a Tiny Tim sort of character, and, you know, in that One Week Blood Rage, and I really liked his character in that, but this character in this is so... you just can watch him unraveling more and more as it goes along, and it's an incredible performance. It's basically, though, Nicolas Cage comes back to Australia with his son to show him the beach where he used to surf when he was a kid, and he also wants to show him the house, and he's basically coming to hopefully buy the house where he actually grew up, but the big thing is he wants to show his son where he used to surf. He gets down there with his son, and it turns out there's all these people down there. Julian McMahon's character is like the head of this group, and there are all these surfers down there, and basically, they don't want anybody who doesn't live there to surf. It's basically only for people who are locals. And Nicolas Cage does not accept this idea that he's not allowed to surf there. And essentially, he basically kind of cracks up. He refuses to leave this beach. He stays there in his car. And basically, they end up kind of making it's not so good. They kind of, the people that are there are making a kind of a mockery of Nicolas Cage's character and messing with him. And it gets worse and worse and worse. But it is so well done. It has on here, though, a comedy track with the director, has a making of on here, as well as a theatrical trailer, but this is one of the top recommendations, guys. Really like this one. The next one here, these ones are all from Kino Lorber. There's some really cool new releases here to show you guys. Now, the first one here, I'm so glad now is available on 4K for the first time. It includes 4K and the Blu-ray. This is one of those movies that, like, when I think back to certain movies I remember seeing in theaters, and I remember so well, like, the experience. Like, I remember, like, Jurassic Park is one of those ones. I always remember the whole experience. I remember, like, the first weekend it sold out, and I went back the second weekend. And then this is one of those movies I remember in the theater when I saw that sequence with the duck, when he's talking about find that duck, you know, sorry, the dog, when it's like find that effing dog and stuff. Like, I always remember as a kid, I knew that this is like one of my favorite movies ever. And it was like, ever since, I always remember like thinking that in the theater as a kid and how much I love this movie. And this is Billy Madison. Like, out of all the Adam Sandler movies, I know this is not like Adam Sandler's absolute like best performance or best of all of his movies ever or anything like that. But of everything that he's ever made, to me, this is like, when I think of Adam Sandler, when I think of like the absolute definitive Adam Sandler movie, I think of Billy Madison. At least to me, it's always this one. And I think of like the one that I like to watch, or the one that I think about the most. Like, when I think Adam Sandler, this is the first one that comes to my mind. Always. It always will be until my end of my days. I don't know. It's the way I always think of it, Adam Sandler. But if you guys have never seen this movie, do yourself a favor and watch it. Basically, it stars Adam Sandler as this real rich kid who, you know, his father runs this big kind of hotel, and it's really successful, and basically he's getting ready to retire, and he wants to put Billy Madison in charge, but he's kind of realizing that he's a screw up. He never finished high school. He, you know, is always drunk and messing around and not together, and basically Billy Madison's like, well, listen, I'm going to go back to school, because he comes to find out that his dad paid all the teachers off to make him graduate. So he says, I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to pass each of the grades, and if I can in a certain amount of time, you give me the company. And that's basically what it is. But it has on here, though, feature-wise, commentary tracks on here with author and filmmaker Brian Connolly, and the Billy Gilmore podcast here. It has commentary with the director on here, deleted scenes and outtakes, and a theatrical trailer on here as well. The next one here from Kino Lorber, this is one that I kind of totally forgot about this, and when I was watching, I'm like, yes, I've seen this movie years and years ago. And it's an interesting movie, too, because it's like, it's got an interesting tone because it's kind of a comedy, but then it's like a little more serious in some of the areas. And it's a movie here called Hiding Out with Jon Cryer. And it also has, who else was in here? You know, Dishes Are Done, Dude. Why am I blanking on his name right now? But Coogan, Keith Coogan. Keith Coogan's in the movie as well. You know, Dishes Are Done, Dude. But Jon Cryer in here. But this is a movie. It's basically he ends up. The movie has this sort of fake beard in the beginning, and he's playing a lot older than he actually was at the time when they shot this. I think he's supposed to be like 28, and he ends up like certain people are coming after him, and they want to kill him. So he ends up hiding out at his nephew's high school, and he kind of goes undercover. And it's kind of him undercover there, and like I always love those kind of movies, like when someone has to blend in the school. They did one, Corey Haim did one called like Just One of the Girls. It's like hardly anyone ever saw, but like I always like those hiding out in high school kind of movies. This one here though has a commentary track on here with the director on here, a commentary with film historians, adult education. Jon Cryer opens up about hiding out on here and theatrical trail. But like I said, this is a really fun movie. The next one here is one from Kino Lorber as well, and this is also 4K and Blu-ray, and this is also from Dark Force Entertainment as well, from one of the releases from that line, because I remember that company was out a couple years back, Dark Force. And this is a movie here called Silent Scream, which is a slasher film all at a like sorority. And I remember this one from watching this one years back. This was a fun movie. It has who was in this one? It was Cameron Mitchell was in the movie, and then Cameron Mitchell, I think he was from that movie, one movie out in the middle of the sorority. No, so I'm thinking about that. Memorial Valley Massacre. I think he was in that one. I'm pretty sure. This one has on here a commentary track on here with the writers and actress Rebeca Balding on here. Commentary with Barbara Steele. A Stream of Success 30 Years Later featurette. Original script featurette. The Wheat Brothers, a look back featurette on here as well. It also has theatrical trailer, TV spots, and radio spots. The next one here, this is one that Quentin Tarantino presented. And I remember, I think he did a couple different projects that he had put his name on as a producer or presented back in the day. There's a couple different ones, and like even Four Floors. I think with that one, I think he directed one of the segments. Was it Four Floors, the one in the hotel? This is a movie here called Curdled, which is a woman who's like cleans up crime scenes and everything. This one has on here a commentary track on here with actress Angela Jones and the co-writer and director on here. Has a commentary with film historian, the commentary with Ray Robrick and Jonah Mass on here. Interview with Angela Jones, behind the scenes featurette, original shorts on here, television playback pieces, deleted scenes on here, and a theatrical trailer as well. And the last one here from Kino Lorber is one here called Mr. Peter's Pets. I think everything on here I can show. And this is one here that's actually from Something Weird. We've started to see Blu-ray releases, a lot of older Something Weird releases. There's so many different things I remember Something Weird put out back in the day. But this one has on here, and kind of were like lost until other companies started putting them out, because Something Weird's been gone, the actual distributor, for many, many years now. But it has on here, though, Mr. Peter's Pets commentary track on here, author of Bold, Daring, and Shocking, True Story of Exploitation Films, and 5000 BC Before Clothing original trailer on here as well. The next one here, this one was from Movie Zing. I have a link below where you guys can order this one for the next price. For the best price. And this is one that I always remember this movie. You kind of like, it's sort of like a forgotten movie because it came out around the same time. There were a handful of other similar type of movies coming out. Like they were doing a lot of like Red Planet and like just a lot of these kind of like space movies or underwater movies or like Event Horizon. And this one kind of would blend in with Event Horizon a little bit. And it's a movie which, like I said, people do not talk about this. And I remember liking this when it came out, called Spear. It has Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, and Samuel L. Jackson in it. I guess one of those ones that even bringing it up, I'm sure you're like, oh, I kind of remember that movie. But it's one of those ones you never really see it on TV or talked about. It has on here a commentary track on here with Dustin Hoffman, Samuel Jackson. Has a featurette on here of the special effects and a theatrical trailer on this one here as well. And the next one I got here is from Warner Brothers, and this is the complete series here, available for the first time. I don't think they had ever released any of these on solo seasons or anything like that, Blu-ray wise. And it's the complete series of Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, which is actually one of the shows when this was on back in in the day. This aired from, I think like 93 to 96. I actually watched every single episode of this. Like, this is actually one of those ones I remember really liking. I remember I saw Terry Hatcher back in the day. I always remember how weird it was at the, this was like back in 2008 maybe, at the Ralphs right by Universal Studios, because she was there, like it was late and she just left shooting Desperate Housewives and she had these big glasses on, and I remember like I looked over and she like put her glasses on like this and she was worried I was going to say anything. I said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to bother you," and she's like, it was really, really funny, but I'm like, yep, I spotted her in there. But no, I always really liked this rendition. I never really watched though Smallville. I know Smallville was the other kind of Superman kind of series that they did, a number of years after this one. But I never really watched Smallville. But Superman, Lois and Clark, I watched all these ones. And this is, like I said, looks great here on Blu-ray. It has on here, though, feature-wise, From the Rivals to Romance, The Making of Lois and Clark, pilot presentation, pilot episode commentary, Lois and Clark Secrets of Season 2, fans of Lois and Clark Man of Steel trivia challenge as well. And here's a look, though, at the discs in here as well. And it went for, how many seasons was it? 5 seasons or 4 seasons? Went for 4 seasons. So like I said, really glad this show is now available on Blu-ray. The other show that I don't believe, I might be wrong, there may have been one season of this available in the past. I don't believe so. But, it's the real question is, which is your favorite? Dick York or Dick Sargent? But they now released the complete series here of Bewitched. This is from Mill Creek, available on Blu-ray for like I said, I think for the first time. I might be wrong about that. There might have been a release that I don't remember that came out years back, but I don't remember there being anything like that. It has a full episode guide in here as well. But I remember back in the day, I used to watch Bewitched all the time. I was remember as a kid, I was watching this. I was watching I Love Lucy. I didn't watch I Dream of Jeannie that much. That one I wasn't as familiar with. I watched that a little bit. But this show, and then the number one that I watched like crazy, which is crazy to think there still hasn't been a Blu-ray, a complete series Blu-ray, is Gilligan's Island. That was my personal favorite one that I watched like crazy. But we have on here, this has the 40-page booklet on here with episode guide, has 16 audio commentaries on 4 key episodes. It also has mini documentaries on here as well. And here's a look, though, at the discs. But here's a look, though, at the back. You see kind of stills from the show. And here's a look at the discs in here as well. And the next one here, this is from Severin Films, and this is a really cool collection. This is a collection of 4 Lambanto Bava films that were basically, he made these for an anthology series for TV back in the day in the late 80s. And they ended up not airing them because they were too violent and too much gore and everything. So then they ended up being from what I was reading, years later they came out, but never really had physical releases, and they were always bootlegs and stuff of them. So now for the first time, they're available with real releases here. And this has the Prince of Terror, The Man Who Wouldn't Die, School of Fear, and Eyewitness. And also includes a soundtrack on here too, with music from Simon Boswell. And I'll show you guys, though, a look in here at the discs and which ones are included in this set as well. So the first one in here is The Prince of Terror. And this one has on here a commentary track on here with Mondo Digital, Nathaniel Thompson, and Troy Harworth on here. It also has the Adventures of Ari interview on here with Labanto Barvo on High Tension. And we call them Monstro and Labanto Barvo on The Prince of Terror on this one here. And then the other one is here, The Man Who Wouldn't Die. And that one has on here interview with Labanto Bava, as well as Stephen King Italian-style interview with the screenwriter of the film on here as well. And then the other one here, School of Fear. And this is one I feel like I heard of this one or saw a bootleg of this one. This one has on here The Tale of the Children, and it has on here interview with the screenwriter. This one has the CD with Simon Boswell. I always liked Simon Boswell's music. And then I think he did Demons 3. He's done tons of stuff, but I think Demons 3 is one of those ones I always think of. And then Eyewitness. And that one has a commentary track on here with Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Harworth. And also has a Last Giallo interview with the director, and interview on here with Barbara Capacity on here as well. And then the next one here is one here, which was fun to see. This had a friend of mine, Mike Ferguson, and it's a movie from MVD called The Prontos Experiment. This is interesting. This is kind of like a cube kind of movie. One of those things about people kind of waking up in a weird sort of situation and not knowing what's going on. And the one segment was like Mike Ferguson's character was wearing this weird thing on his head and kind of going after people and like trying to kill them, and they were trying to figure out how they were going to stop him. But it's kind of like weird people getting kind of experimented on with weird sort of kind of like cube kind of feel to it for this one here. And the last ones here, to let you guys know that were available, this one was from MVD, and it's one here called the Tronica Guaranteed Highest Quality Sleaze Collection Volume 2. And this has Mondo Keyhole, the uncut version for a Jack Hill, John Lamb film here. You guys know that was available. And this one has a brand new commentary on here of Rob Kelly, a noted film historian. Archival commentary on here with the director, Psychotronica poster and photo gallery, and a two-sided cover wrap on this one here as well. And then the last one here was one to let you guys know that was available from Alternate Innocence here. It's a movie here called Queens of Drama. And this one has on here, includes a bonus CD as well for this one. And anyway, though, just wanted to let you guys know this one was available as well. Anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. If you guys like these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later. Bye.